I'm about to rant and trauma dump on y'all, so if you don't want to hear it, keep scrolling. Women out here, we just don't understand why men do what they do. We give them so many excuses. I have an entire TikTok channel devoted to understanding the actions of men and trying to help women stay protected from the worst of them. I cannot figure out why they do what they do. But I'm starting to realize through a lot of experience and speaking with my partner who literally gives me the inside scoop on the way that men think, it is delusion. It all comes down to delusion. Men are delusional. Men do not have introspection. They will not look at themselves critically. They will not cultivate self-awareness because it's too painful for them. They've never been taught how to cope with hard emotions. And the hardest emotions one will ever go through is introspection. It is regret. It is blame. It is realizing the ways that you fucked your life up and the ways that you are a damaged person and continually bring your bad luck and bad circumstances on yourself. Women are great at this. We are too hard on ourselves. Women are so hard on themselves. We're so honest. If we see that we have, 10 to 15 pounds to lose after the holidays, we will get our ass into shape and be real with ourselves and do what needs to be done. We are great at improving. We are great at being self-aware. We help each other to see places and spaces where we have room to grow. Men cannot do this. They do not have this skill and ability. So what do? They live in delusion. That's why you see men that are in long-ass marriages and the wife has been telling them for decades where, how, when, what they need to change to hold on to their families, and they can't do it, won't do it until the bitter end when she finally leaves his ass and he's like, wait, what? I don't know what happened. Because they live in a state of delusion. That is the homeostasis benchmark level of awareness for a man is delusion. And the patriarchy has completely allowed this to happen. I would say in religious environments especially, the patriarchy is like times 10 because these men have been taught that they are to preside over their homes. They are to be the leaders. Their women are infantilized to be mere children to them. So a woman does not have equal rights as him. No way. Like, a woman is a mere accessory to him. They have God complexes. So a man in this type of environment will even more so stick to his narrative of what and who he is and will not listen or respect his wife to the contrary. So it is this delusion that perpetuates misbehavior, dusty ass behavior, men that will quite literally fail relationship after relationship, long marriages. I'm going to talk about somebody in my life, I won't designate who, but after a long marriage where his wife gave him her all, built his family, had 5 children, helped him build his kingdom, he cheated on her, demoralized her, was dishonest with her, psychologically abused her, so she finally left him. Did he do any introspection after paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to her, which I might add he did, very incredulous about the fact that he would have to pay her anything because again, did not see her as an equal, did not see her as somebody that was deserving of any financial help, even though she put her entire career on the line to build him. No need, no matter. Just carry on. He deserves all the money. She should be in abject poverty. So when the court system in California forces him to pay her 50%, he does it all the while talking about what a gold digger she is. So does he then go to therapy and think how did I let a 35-year-old marriage fail? How did I let down my 5 kids? I need to do some work so that I don't repeat this pattern because I don't want to live a life of broken hearts and shattered dreams in my wake. I actually want to be responsible for, how I show up in the world and how I treat my loved ones, especially my children. Did he go to therapy? No. He found another wife immediately because he would rather live in delusion that he's the victim and he's the main provider and he's the king of his castle and he didn't do anything wrong. So then he goes and repeats it, finds another wife, does the same things for another 15 years. She's even more emotionally unstable than the first wife. So she actually becomes unhinged when he has a second family and buys another woman a house in another state. And so she actually gets homicidal on him. So now even more in his narrative of I'm the victim, oh poor me, I just attract these crazy women. And so now what does he do? He's now in his 70s. He's now looking for another much younger third bride. to repeat the pattern. And you know what's going to happen? This third bride is going to Anna Nicole Smith him and use him for his money, because why else is a 20-something-year-old woman with a 70-something-year-old man? For financial gain. And no shade on this woman, but for him, what an unsatisfying relationship. What a sad, sad state of affairs. She's going to have other men. She's going to get her needs met somewhere else, because all he is to her is a financial paycheck. So now, guess what? He dies alone in a nursing home. That's what happens. That's tragic. And do you know why this man, who is a real person, is going to have that fate perpetuated upon him? Delusion. Because rather than do the introspective work to be worthy of a whole ass woman that can give you her heart and can give you that safety and security and love and a soft, warm place to come home to built on trust and respect, he's not worthy of her because he hasn't done his work. He will continue to attract chaos and women like this that will decimate him to the point where he dies alone, because he refuses to do the shadow work necessary to qualify for a high caliber woman. He will just repeat these patterns over and over and over again, and it all comes down to delusion. They cannot face where they have showed up incorrectly, where they have hurt people, and where they have room to grow. And it's so easy for men. They would rather convince themselves of a falsity, of a false narrative, of a false reality, than face the cold hard truth that would require introspection and self-work.